There are paintings that feel like you're looking at someone. And then there are paintings that feel like someone is looking back, steady, unblinking, and saying, "This is what it costs to be me." Welcome to Art Happens, the divine mess of art history, presented by J Squared Atelier. I'm James William Moore, your curator, your tour guide, and your occasional accomplice in artistic chaos. Today's masterpiece moment is Frida Kahlo's The Two Fridas, a double self-portrait from 1939, painted during the emotional wreckage of her divorce from Diego Rivera. And here's the twist. It's not a portrait of two people. It's a portrait of one person, split open by love, heritage, grief, and survival. Picture it. A stormy sky, gray-blue, heavy, unsettled. Two Fridas sit side by side on the bench, holding hands. They look like twins. Same face, same gaze, same body. But they're dressed differently, like two versions of a life that can't quite agree on who it is. On the left, Frida in a high-collared European-style white dress, formal, stiff, almost bridal in its purity. On the right, Frida in Tehuana clothing, rooted in Mexican tradition, bold and culturally specific. And then you notice the hearts. Both are exposed, both are visible, both are real, but only one is bleeding. Frida painted The Two Fridas the same year she and Rivera divorced, after a relationship defined by devotion, betrayal, admiration, and emotional whiplash. And a lot of people read this painting as Frida trying to hold two truths at once. The Frida who is loved, and the Frida who is rejected. The Frida who belongs, and the Frida who feels abandoned. The Frida who performs acceptable femininity, and the Frida who refuses to shrink. Smart History points out how clothing in Frida's portraits can function like identity. Before marrying Rivera, she often painted herself in more European, modern dress, and later leaned into indigenous Mexican styles, in part through Rivera's influence and encouragement. So is the painting the wardrobe? The wardrobe isn't just fashion. It's biography. Let's go closer, because this is where the two Fridas stop being symbolic in a polite way and becomes brutally literal. A vein connects them. It loops between their bodies like a living cord, like the last remaining thread of a relationship. The Tehuana Frida, the Mexican Frida, holds a small portrait of Diego Rivera. That detail matters. It's not subtle. It's not a metaphor you have to squint to find. It's Frida saying, "This version of me is the one still tied to him." And the vein leads from that side into the other Frida, the one in white, the one who is bleeding onto her dress. That white fabric becomes a canvas inside the canvas, a stain that won't come out, a mark that says, "This happened." And in her hand, the European-dressed Frida grips a surgical instrument, like a clamp, trying to stop the bleeding. But look at the cruelty of it. She isn't healing. She's managing loss. Sometimes that's all you can do. Not recover. Just contain it. Frida's work is often reduced to aesthetics. Flowers, brows, vibrant color, icon status. But underneath that, she lived inside medical trauma, a childhood bout with polio, a catastrophic bus accident at 18, decades of surgeries and chronic pain. So when she paints open heart's invisible anatomy, It isn't shock value. It's consistency. It's her refusing to separate emotional pain from physical reality because her life never gave her that luxury. And notice what she does here. She doesn't paint herself as a victim you pity. She paints herself as truth you have to face. There's another layer, identity. Not just romantic identity, but cultural identity. Scholars often read the two Fridas as competing inheritances, European and Mexican, colonial and indigenous, acceptable and other. Even the sky participates. It's not a peaceful background. It's weather. It's pressure. Because identity for Frida isn't a neat label. It's a storm system. And that's why this painting lands the way it does. It feels modern in the most unsettling way. It looks like a split screen long before cinema made split screens feel normal. It's Frida saying, I contain contradiction. I contain history. I contain grief. And I'm still here. Here's a detail that's almost haunting. Frida's diary suggests the Two Fridas was inspired by a childhood memory of an imaginary friend. Something tender, strange, and deeply personal. And I actually love that because it reframes the painting. Yes, it's divorce. Yes, it's Rivera. Yes, it's heartbreak. But it's also Frida reaching backward toward the earliest version of herself who needed companionship to survive loneliness. Two Fridas isn't only two identities. It's two time periods, two selves, one person holding her own hand across a lifetime. The Two Fridas is huge, monumental in scale, like an altar to self, and it lives today at the Museo de Arte Moderno in Mexico City. It was also shown in the context of Surrealism exhibitions around that period. Though Frida famously resisted being labeled Surrealist because she wasn't painting dreams, she was painting her life. And maybe that's the real reason this painting doesn't fade, because it doesn't ask you to admire technique first. It asks you to witness truth. It says, sometimes you are more than one thing. Sometimes love doesn't leave cleanly. Sometimes your identity is stitched together from opposites. Sometimes you're the only person who can hold you up. Frida didn't paint portraits. She painted her own truth. And in the Two Fridas, she shows us something terrifying and gorgeous. That duality isn't a weakness. It's a record of survival. And here's the thing about the Two Fridas. It doesn't resolve neatly. It doesn't heal on command. It doesn't tie a bow around heartbreak and call it growth. It just tells the truth. Because Frida Kahlo isn't painting a mood. She's painting a reality that we can be more than one self at the same time. The self we were born into, the self we learned to become, the self love built, and the self-love left behind. And maybe that's why this painting hits so hard. Not because it's dramatic, but because it's familiar. Because who hasn't sat across from their own reflection and thought, which version of me is going to make it through this? Frida's answer is brutal and tender, both. Even the one that's bleeding, even the one that's trying to look composed, even the one that feels unlovable. So next time you see the Two Fridas, don't just look for symbolism. Look for the courage. Two hearts, one body, a storm held perfectly still. Because sometimes the bravest thing you can do is stay seated, stay present, and keep holding your own hand. Thanks for spending this time with me. If you liked this little dive into the divine mess, Follow Art Happens, the divine mess of art history, presented by J² Atelier, wherever you listen to your podcasts. And leave a review if you've got a second. It helps more art lovers find the show. And if you're craving longer conversations with living, breathing artists, come hang out with me over on Lattes and Art, also presented by J² Atelier, where we talk process, inspiration, and all the weird, wonderful ways art gets made. I'm James William Moore, and until next time, keep looking longer and let artwork look back.